it would just be so disappointing how you'd never find when you only get like that one every like 10 years. You're like, yeah.
It's that. Friend, I have a very good friend. His father is a paleontologist. No one's actually a paleontologist. This guy was. He had one big discovery his whole life. He discovered some prehistoric moth that had never been discovered before. And that was like the only thing he ever found his whole career. Like the rest of it was just like dusting off rocks for 50 years.
Yeah, that was for me. That was
disappointment. But he's like famous for finding this moth. It's like it's not named after him, but he named it.
He didn't name it after himself. What the fuck was he thinking?
No, I don't know. It's just that kind of family. They're weird. But yeah, he's famous, and he didn't get any money or anything. But he got a lot of notoriety for it. But even still, like I said, it's like you said, it's 50 years of disappointment for maybe one good discovery.
Yeah, and you better fucking hope that you find that discovery, because otherwise it's just a whole lot of wasted time.
Yeah, you might not. And then how do you justify your career if you do nothing really? You read other people's research and go out based on their research and don't ever discover anything of your own. Scientists must be really depressed.
I would have to assume so. I think that's one of those things where once you actually start looking at what you're actually doing, that's when people turn around and say, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Yeah, well, it's probably like, I would imagine it's the same in all branches, like physicists and stuff like that. They can't, if you study string theory or whatever, black holes, and you can't ever prove it, and then you don't, so what the hell was the point of your entire career, really?
Yeah. Whoa, I made theories. Congratulations, you guessed. Way to go.
You guessed, but really you didn't. Someone before you guessed, and you just regurgitated their studies trying to find your own thing. That's wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, science geeks. That's really dumb. Unless you get to be like Bill Nye or something, then you're awesome. But if you're not Bill Nye, then you suck. And that's stupid.
That's it. Yeah, you got a whole lot of nothing to fucking offer.
Wow, I never really thought about it like that. That's what a horrible life. No wonder science teachers are all gays. You think that's where you go when you've given up, right? Like if you're smart enough to give up early on your dream, you become a science teacher. Obviously, that's all you can do with your shitty science theory. Like or go work at fucking Kmart.
No, I guess that's very true. You got a whole lot of not many options after that.
That's the thing with all these specialized degrees that you go to school for so many years to become a doctor and masters of super scientologists. You can't do anything practical with them. Like if it doesn't work out, what do? You work at fucking Chuck E. Cheese.
You go back to teaching.
Or teach, yeah. Because teachers that's what teachers are. Teachers are either hippies who are way too optimistic or failed professionals. Yep.
That's pretty much exactly right. If you can't do it, you teach it.
Exactly. Wow. I should go back and apologize to all my science teachers. I was really mean to them. Because they're right into their shit, too. They're so excited about, trying to get you into science. No one's into science.
I had, when I went back to school, when I was trying to be a massage therapist, when I went back to the adult learning to get my GED, yeah, that's right, everybody. I lied on all my resume. I've never graduated. Fuck you. Nobody seems to give a shit anyways. Mind you, they actually would never be able to find, because I actually destroyed my school record.
Well, we've got documentation of your foray into the job hunting in Ontario. I'm sure your credentials are the last thing they're looking at when they got you sticking square pegs in a round hole.
Yeah, but if they were ever to actually go in, if somebody were to actually go to my high school to find my records, they don't exist.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, by the sounds of what you went through when you were looking for a job when you first got there, I think they'd just be impressed you could spell GED.
Yeah, Jesus. Is that with a Q? I can't remember.
Jesus, ED. I like that even better. My brother went for his GED when he was like 40, and he's living a very, very happy life now. Don't get discouraged, kids. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Yeah, but when I went through that, because I had to get my science up because I didn't have good science grades, and my science teacher was awesome. He was a really great guy. He spent a lot of really great one-on-one time with me trying to get it figured out, and it was fucking hilarious because when we were doing basically the grade 9 science part, like the biology aspect of it, like the cells and all that stuff, he just watched me struggle that I just wasn't getting it. Right. And I was actually interested in it, but I just couldn't get it. My brain just wasn't fucking picking it up. And as the science went on, what he couldn't understand, because it's completely backwards the way it works, was my grades kept getting worse. They weren't improving. They're actually getting worse. And he's like, I just don't understand. That just doesn't happen. Like, what the hell? I'm like, I just don't like to learn this stuff. Labels, in that sense, don't work well with me. This is why I don't remember names and things like that. Specific labels, like terms.
Right.
I just don't have the brain power for it.
Isn't that funny?
And this is why I argue a lot.
Yeah, well, sure.
Because it's just easier.
Sorry, I was just saying it got incredibly noisy in here all of a sudden. Yeah, I can see that. That's I was mediocre in science. I didn't take it when I didn't have it. Math was always weak for me. What is going on?
Math was an easy one for you?
No, math was always very, very hard for me.
Yeah.
And then I think in grade 10, it's only mandatory until grade 10, so that's when I stopped.
Smart. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not true. I took all 3 maths in grade 11. That's what it was.
Did you really?
Yeah, they finally put me in the retard math. In grade 11, they figured out I just wasn't going to get it, so they put me in the retard math, and I did really good in that. So they put me in, we had what was called intro math.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like the intermediate one between real math and the retard math. And I ended up doing that really well at that, so they put me up to the real math, and then I sucked again. And then in grade 12, you don't have to do math. That's when you pick, your calculus or your trigonometry or whatever, and I didn't pick any. Screw that crap.
You know, it's funny, when I was in school, I was in grade 8, I was that was just the beginning of my rebellious and just letting fucking loose with things. And I still have my report cards. They are hilarious. Yeah, I think my mother burned mine just because they were just things that no human being should have to read. But in our French class that we had this teacher, and she was an awesome teacher. We all loved her. She was great. She was very patient with me because my French was terrible. I couldn't speak a fucking word of it, which is also why I suck at French still. But then halfway through the school year, she left because she was pregnant. So she left with pregnancy leave. And we were all really pissed off over the fact that she left because we were broken up about this. And every teacher that they brought in, we just basically rebelled against them.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where we went through 13 teachers in half a semester. 2 of them quit teaching as a profession. One had a nervous breakdown. It was brutal. And my grades reflected it. So when I got into high school, I remember the first day of class in high school, my first class was French.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there, and a buddy of mine leans over to me and says, Gord, check this out, man. And he had a Mickey of fucking Bacardi rum. And he goes to sort of hand it to me. And as soon as he leaned forward to hand it to me, it literally just fucking slipped out of his hand, hit the ground, and shattered.
Oh, no.
And now the teacher wasn't in class yet, so the second the thing shattered, I'm like, and I started laughing at him. All of a sudden, the pager fucking comes on in the classroom, and it's the principal saying, Gord strained to the office, Gord strained to the office. I'm like, how the fuck am I getting blamed for this fucking shit? It just happened. I never touched it. What the hell? And it turns out that they pulled me in to basically tell me that I didn't have a chance in hell of passing French. So they basically just gave me the credit and just gave me a free class the first period.
That's hilarious.
So that was kind of nice knowing that they just aren't even going to bother to help you. They're just going to be like, no, fuck it.
No doubt.
Give them credit, they'll be fine.
I failed grade 8. But my whole report card was like, we don't understand. We know he's smart. I don't know why he did this to himself, kind of thing. Like, he just refused to apply himself.
Yep, and that was every one of mine.
When we went back in September, my principal had a great idea. He said, you know what, we're going to try you in grade 9 and see if you can keep up, because I think you can. So we're going to put you in grade 9 for 6 weeks, and then we'll revisit it. And naturally, being a very busy man, he completely forgot about me. So at the end of that grade 9, someone brought it to his attention. And he pulled me into the office. He's like, you weren't supposed to be in grade 9. And I was like, nope. He's like, well, it wouldn't be fair to put you back now. You did okay. So
you actually got to stay ahead of the grade.
Yeah, I should have been behind the grade, and I ended up evening out perfectly and grading right on time.
Isn't that funny?
God bless you, Mr. Kishilling. He still works for the school board. He's some big head honcho on the school board.
Really?
Yeah, good guy though, for seeing that in me. And then I figured out how to play the game. I realized if you get on the honor roll, you can get away with whatever the fuck you want. So I went that route for the rest of the school. I was the honor roll kid who pissed everybody off, but the teachers didn't care because my grades were up.
Oh man, yeah. See, I couldn't hit honor roll if my life depended on it. I just didn't care enough.
More like jelly roll. Oh, wait.
Oh, it's a fat joke. Oh.
It's a fat joke. You can enjoy a lot more of that fat jokes if you listen to us on Radio Public.
That's right. Lots of fat jokes.
Because when you listen on Radio Public, everybody benefits.
That's right.
All right. Enough about us. Where were we? We were... Bigfoot.
We were discussing the Bigfoot there.
Discussing the Bigfoot. The second biggest story of the day. I knew this one would get a rise out of you and probably Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis. The head of NASA announced that we should prepare for a major meteor event in our lifetime. He went on to say that these happen far more often than we're made aware of.
Yep.
And something big is bound to happen, he says, and we're going to see it. Now, statistically, these events happen about once every 60 years. But he's saying they've recorded 3 major ones in the last 100 years.
Wow.
So it should have been one in 60, but it was 3 in half of that. So, well, you know what I mean. So frightening stuff. Now NASA is supposed to track any object that's bigger than 460 feet in diameter. They've only managed to catalog about 25% of them. So 75% of objects that are bigger than 460 feet in diameter are still floating around out there, and they don't know. They could hit us now, like something that's the size of what killed the dinosaurs.
And there'd be a whole lot of not much they could do about it.
No, and I don't think Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck will be ready to take it on when it happens. So.
No. Maybe if Ben Affleck dressed as Batman, he might.
Maybe. Oh, you just wrote Armageddon too.
I'm a Batman again.
Armageddon, the Batmobile.
Now, they do have, I was reading in about a little bit about that as well. They did say that a bunch of money was invested so that they could actually figure out how they could stop a meteor, and their only suggestion so far is to basically hit it with an object at a high speed.
Right, exactly. And a lot of that funding, I've been told, is going to a new moon landing in 2024.